What is up, everybody? Welcome on into Alarm Fantasy Football. I'm your host, Andrew Cooper, along with Howard Bender, and it's the Thursday show, ladies and gentlemen. It is the crown jewel of our
just stretch out a little bit here.
crown jewel show of the week. We've got waiver wire start sits. We've got a football game tonight. There is I guess there's some sort of baseball game. I stopped paying attention to baseball. Baseball was more of a September sport for me, and now that it's October,
it's October 2nd. You're good now.
I said it yesterday. September belongs to the Red Sox, but the Yankees have always been the Mr. October team. So yes, I deserve it. Go ahead, wear your Yankee shirt. So that's fine.
I am.
We're not worried about
it. I got nothing to say, man. It's a series is 1-1. It's a winner take all tonight. Good luck to you. Better luck to me, and we'll see what happens. It's all about week 5. It starts up tonight in the NFL. Big game, Rams, 49ers, battle of the NFC West. And the 49ers are coming in punchless right now. No Brock Purdy, no Ricky Pearsall, no Juwan Jennings. Thank you, Jerry Nelson. Appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's an interesting one. Spread only moved from Rams favored by 7.5 to Rams favored by 8.5. So 1 point differential there for the QB change. But it's also combined with the fact that they're missing 2 wide receivers. So listen, man, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. We'll break it all down, tonight on the Fantasy Alarm show on Sirius XM. We got a couple of special guests joining us for that breakdown as well.
Can I say one thing on this?
Of course you can.
To your point, Bender, for that you've been making this point for a while. If you pay your quarterback $1 gazillion, don't you want the spread to change by more than a point?
You would think.
You would think, right? I mean, you look at some of these teams like I maybe credit to Shanahan for bringing on Mac Jones when no one else believed in him, but I'm just saying, a lot of these other teams when the quarterback is out, the spread changes by a touchdown. 1 point, that's a lot.
The spread doesn't really change by a touchdown, but like 2 or 3 points in a certain direction. If it's Josh Allen, if it's Patrick Mahomes, like if those guys are going down, yeah, it's abysmal. So
would the Lions be 10.5 point favorites over the Bengals if Joe Burrow was playing?
No. They definitely would not. But I mean, they also, though, I would say they're probably favored still by, at least a touchdown.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So maybe not a full touchdown, but definitely more than a point. So.
Definitely more than a point. Definitely more than a point. I mean, that's
Jones versus Brock Purdy front.
But, I like Mac Jones, man. I picked him up I picked him up a couple of weeks ago in a super flex. I didn't drop him. Why the hell not? Like, give him a run here tonight. I mean, listen, if you think about it, right? I did the I looked at like game script and things like that. If you're over investing in like Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, really, I mean, are the Rams really going to have to throw that much as that kind of a favorite in this one? So you're kind of expecting a lot of passing work for Mac Jones. You're probably counting on, McCaffrey to catch a ton of passes there, and then throw your darts, Demarcus Robinson, Tonjes. I mean, it's ugly out there.
I like these ones though. I like when there's some scrappy picks and some pay downs and stuff versus some of these teams are just, who the guys are. And you're throwing a random weird dart at guys that hardly even play. These are the ones I like. I like when it's these division games, these scrappy games. So it should be a good one tonight. We're also going to hit on all your start sit questions today. If you tried to sneak them in the last couple of days, we might have hit them. We might have not. Today, we're going to try and hit on all of them. I know a lot of people got big questions. We don't have all the information yet on practicing today and things like that, but we have a better idea on a lot of people. So where do you want to start? You want to start with some questions in the old chat? You want to give some of our plays for tonight? Where are you living right now, man?
Let's hit the chat first. We'll answer a couple of questions. We're going to be doing some underdog pick'em picks for today. So as always, if you guys haven't signed up over at Underdog, I got it for you right there in the top corner. Do I have a big one there? I think I got a.
Should have something.
I don't see a larger. Oh, there we go. Oh, there, right there, across the bottom.
Look at that.
across the bottom. Although I don't think that's like 100% accurate as far as match up to $1,000 at a 99. I think there's a 100% match up to like $100
Right
is
now.
looking at right now. But use the promo code ALARM when you go over there. Shout out to my boy Greg Martinez, who he and I were talking some props earlier this morning, back and forth, and he's signing up over at Underdog. I gave him all the info there. We're going to give you a couple of picks to use for tonight's game, a little Thursday night football as well. But let's hit that chat, baby. I'm retweeting our broadcast here to everybody just so that they can, so the whole world knows. Start sits right now.
Today's the day. Let me just double check and make sure none came in before the wire. I know some people like to sneak in here early on and get their question in, which is a smart move. The other way to get your questions definitely answered no matter what is become a member, which Rod Elliott is a member, and he was in here very early. So the first question here.
Rod, if you ask the exact same questions you asked yesterday, I'm coming for you, man.
No, Rod can do whatever he wants because he's a Fantasy Alarm member. He's got that special logo next to his name. He was in here bright and early. He wants to know Darius Slayton or Malik Washington in PPR.
Oh,
that's a tough one.
It is a tough one in the sense that I think there's the potential. I mean, there's potential for back and forth in both of those games. There really is. But I'm going to probably lean towards Slayton only because he's the number 2 wide receiver there. He's the second guy in targets. It's him and it's Wan'Dale Robinson at this point right now, as opposed to Miami. You still have Jalen Waddle. Darren Waller emerged as a primary target as well. And who knows with Malik Washington, right? I mean, the underneath work and.
Yeah, I pulled the numbers on it, and it's actually not even necessarily a guarantee that he gets a full workload, that he just jumps in and gets Tyreek Hill's job. He actually still split snaps a little bit with Nick Westbrook-Akine. So they might actually replace Tyreek with a committee and use I could see them going with the like smaller gadgety plays that Tyreek does, use Malik Washington, but then you get into a jumbo set situation, and Nick Westbrook-Akine is a big boy. You know, he's like 6'3", over 200 pounds. So they might do a little committee replacement there. So I'm stashing Malik, but we have to see. Buffalo D or keep Seattle. This week, I have those defenses ranked back to back. I do have Buffalo 1 spot ahead at 7 and Seattle at 8. I think I would add Buffalo and use them against the Patriots. They are one of the most fumbly teams in football. And then you can use Buffalo again next week against Atlanta. They have their bye week 7, so you need to swap somebody out there. Either way, you can go Seattle versus Tampa Bay this week and use them against Jacksonville. What do you think, Bender? I have them back to back, so
I'm fine with Buffalo here. And again, I think it's a good matchup for them again next week. I believe Mint Milano, the Pepperidge Farm special, is going to be playing for Buffalo, and that's always a nice one to deal with. I know you don't like it; it ruins Hunter Henry's value this week.
Hunter Henry,
yeah. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo D here. Home game Monday Night Football. Why not?
Yeah, they're probably going to crush the Patriots, and they're wearing the uniforms they're wearing. They're wearing their like Blizzard Ice Out uniforms.
They're just like all white. Just going to look
pretty sick. I'll say they're pretty cool. So I think we're in trouble here. We're not even wearing our red uniforms to punch back.
You know what's so funny? I'll just say this right now. The whole, the home grays and versus the road whites. Most teams, like the way it all started. Here's a little history thing for you, Coop.
Ooh.
Away teams were wearing a white jersey because that was the home team wanted the darker color, so that when you're like in the mud and you're grinding it out, the fact that you're getting beaten up so much shows up more on a white uniform than it does on a darker uniform.
Yeah.
And that was actually the original like plot through the NFL about having the road teams wearing the white. Bloodstains show up better on white.
The Cardinals just skipped that whole thing and just put the mud right on the jersey before the game even started. That was my first thought. I was like, damn, it must be wet out there. And I realized they were playing inside in Arizona.
I know. I did the exact same thing. And then I was like, and I tweeted it out. I was like, what is this? Like a bad Jackson Pollock.
It looks silly. Yeah. All of Jackson Pollocks are bad. I mean,
that's not true.
Well, actually, it does take skill. And that's the thing about guys like that is that his not to go off on an art thing here, but you look at his old stuff, he's obviously an incredible painter. You know what I mean? Like he just decided,
Mhm.
like, hey, I'm going to do some splotches here, and they were all worth $100 million. So good for
Listen,
him.
just
And
because Laney can do it doesn't mean that it's not good art.
well, you lady has to first paint like incredible, super realistic stuff, and then she can think of it. That's the trick, right? Mason Taylor or Njoku this week. All of a sudden, a very interesting question. I have them in the same tier, but I still have Njoku ahead. Although Mason Taylor, I mean, great DFS play. The Cowboys are, I think they're bottom 6 or so team in DVOA for tight end coverage. So Taylor's a good play, but I still, with the Cedric Tillman out, I still think I'm going to go with Njoku. I mean, but it's Dylan Gabriel. I mean, do we just move
It's
Taylor?
Dylan Gabriel.
Do we just move Taylor ahead of both the Browns tight ends?
You know what? I am, because they're splitting snaps, they're splitting targets. You don't know which guy is gonna, shine. I mean, you assume that Njoku has the slight edge in snaps and targets, but it's so close to a 50-50 split. Like, I think on the overall,
Right.
that I'm like, why do I want to deal with that? I mean, I'm sure Dylan Gabriel want to try and lean on the tight end. But again, is he really going to have? I almost feel like also with the rate that Brian Flores blitzes, that you're going to have to keep tight ends on. You're going to have to run a lot of 12 personnel, and you're going to have to keep one of them tethered to the line to give some semblance of protection.
Yeah, just go Mason Taylor. And if you got to make the drop at this stage, like Taylor has more upside the way it stands, unless they do some sort of trade. This was the nightmare. The clown car has opened, and the backup quarterbacks have exited one at a time. We'll see. Don't. Yeah, here comes Dylan Gabriel. 2 weeks from now, it'll be Shadur Sanders. Eventually, it'll be Bailey Zappi. They'll probably add, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Thompson Robinson.
I'm telling you, every year, man, they find a way to just like start 9 different quarterbacks. Baltimore defense or KC. I currently have Baltimore, I think, ranked 1 or very close. No, not 1.
Really?
Sorry, no, I don't. Against
No,
the
you
Texans.
definitely don't.
I have KC 9 and Baltimore 10. So
Much
very
better.
legitimate questions, but I think I like KC against the Jags.
Dude, Baltimore has looked so bad. They've given up so many
Right.
points. I mean, yeah, eventually the ship will right itself, but right now, especially with with how many three and outs do you expect from Cooper Rush and the gang? This
Yeah.
week for against Houston. Like, Houston's no joke of a defense there.
Right.
know,
Yeah, you're right. So I have them 9 and 10. The top defenses I have this week are Vikings against the Browns for sure.
uh-huh.
Lions against the Bengals. Bengals offensive line they've graded out as the bottom 5 in pass blocking and dead last in run blocking. So Aiden Hutchinson is going to go crazy. The Lions are like second in the league in sacks per game. Cardinals versus Titans, I like.
Yes.
Browns coming back versus the
Vikings,
the Vikings
not
also.
terrible.
Not terrible. And then you're getting into like you're either just starting the defense you have because it's the Eagles or the Bills or whoever, or you're playing a streamer like the Colts or even the Saints against Jackson Dart. So that's all up at Fantasy Alarm right now.
See if the Rams are available too, going up against San Francisco tonight.
Yep,
I just picked them up in a couple of spots.
Yep. Darnold, Geno, or Bryce Young this week. Boy, ugly, but I think I like Darnold, man. Darnold's actually he's been serviceable. Geno's looked so bad.
Geno's looked terrible. The funny thing is I'll lean Darnold with you just because I don't like Tampa's secondary. I think Bryce Young has himself a good solid effort in this.
I just wish he had more weapons, dude.
Like, I wish he would have more weapons too, but I mean, he's going to be throwing to Teteroa, Teteroa's mom, Teteroa. He's gonna have Tommy Tremble. I don't know if Jatavian Sanders is going to be back yet.
Who will be back is Xavier Legette. That might be a negative though.
I mean, well, considering David Moore is the swap out, and what about
David Moore?
Bryson Tremaine?
David Moore broken elbow, or he has a pretty bad elbow injury.
What about Bryson Tremaine, your boy? He sounds like a game show host, doesn't he? He's like, "Hi, I'm Bryson Tremaine. On today's episode, we're gonna be fighting it out."
That's a whammy. I'm telling you, dude. It's pretty weird over there. So I'm just going Darnold, but Bryce Young may be your upside play. I need 3 of these guys. Half point: Ridley, DeMercado, Pollard, Sharps, and Diggs.
Ooh, need 3 out of these guys. All right. Diggs, revenge
Diggs
game.
heating up.
You
Yeah.
gotta do it. I like DeMercado in a PPR, even if it's half point PPR. I like DeMercado in this matchup as well. I think that's number 2. Then it comes down to, do you go with Sharps in half a role there, or do you just? I think you go Pollard here.
Yeah.
Just because he gets the majority of the touches. I don't know. Is Tajay Spears back this week?
They designated him to return to practice, but he was limited in practice this week. So usually when guys come back, and they're limited, they don't go.
Right.
Usually if you come back and you're just like, okay, he returned to practice in full, then they're good. But clearly he's not fully healed if he could only practice in a limited basis, you know. So I imagine he's probably not going to go. That's my read on it from here. Next one here. Okay, Smitty got one in before the wire here as well. Monty, Henderson, Marks, or White, and he's got 2. Rashad White this week with no Bucky, not bad.
It's not bad, but it is Seattle. Really strong run defense there. I'm leaning. I'll just tell you how I'm leaning, and then you can go.
Okay.
I'm leaning Woody Marks, right? And I'm leaning David Montgomery against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's my lean.
Okay. Because Rashad White probably still going to split with Sean Tucker too. So if you got 4 guys that are splitting, just go with the better guys with the good matchups. We'd love to see Henderson play more, but he's not. So what are you going to do?
So
winning. It is for the people that drafted him. We weren't really doing that, but that's okay. I do have him in 1 league.
Yeah, I got him in a couple of spots because you wanted a little something, even if you had to reach a little bit for him.
I have him in the perfect spot, which is our league with all the radio hosts from SiriusXM. Because I have in that league, my team's doing well, and I have plenty of running backs to start. I have CMC, Achane, and Javonte Williams. So I don't have to start Henderson. He's on my bench, just waiting to hopefully blow up. So that's like the situation where you're feeling good. I also have leagues where I'm like starting. I have another one where I'm starting like RJ Harvey, even though he hasn't broken out yet, and that kind of hurts. So that's
by the way. That speaking of that music league, 7:00 tonight, Nick Ultra and Buzz Brainerd, who are on the highway, and you guys might know Buzz Brainerd as the voice of the Disney Channel for years and years and years. The 2 of them are going to join me and Coop. All 3 of our teams are doing real well, sitting atop the standings there. So they're going to come in. They're going to help us break down tonight's action as well. So 7 p.m. Eastern. I mean, the SiriusXM show is 6 to 8. They're going to be there at 7. So if you're a big Disney Channel fan for years and years, the voice of Buzz Brainerd is really going to hit home for you there.
Yeah. And those guys rock, man. They're funny. And they're Lions fans, and their Lions are 10.5-point favorites. So good week to chat with them. So Smitty's got one more. Mac Jones, Spencer Rattler, Jake Browning, or Dylan Gabriel. So we are talking the bottom of the barrel.
Oh. I'm going to say it's either Mac Jones or Jake Browning for me.
Yeah, I'm going Mac Jones. Like I don't trust any of this guy. Mac Jones. Mac Jones. You've been the Mac Jones guy. First week you called it out. He threw 3 touchdown passes. It's not like he's played with Kendrick Bourne for like he has a history with Kendrick Bourne. Demarcus Robinson is serviceable. He'll be fine. Okay, we're back into the chat where people jumped in after the show started here. 1 wide receiver, 2 flex from the waiver crew: Malik Washington, Christian Kirk, Isaiah Bond, Kendrick Miller, DeMercado / Michael Carter, Evan Ingram. Could also add Bourne or Robinson. Buys and injuries got him good. So he needs to start 3 of those players off the wire.
All right. So I'm looking at this crew here, and I would say, I mean, DeMercado is definitely going to be in there, especially in a PPR format. You're going to have to flex him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is your take on Isaiah Bond? I mean, again, it's Dylan Gabriel. It's Dylan Gabriel being blitzed a ton. There's you keep pointing out that they threw a ton of money at him as an undrafted free agent. I mean, is it going to get the play?
I think he passed Jamari Thrash on the depth chart already. Mm-hmm. So he was already operating as a wide receiver 3 when Cedric Tillman got hurt. So I actually think I would go there with Bond because this kid could have gone in the 2nd or 3rd round of the NFL draft if he wasn't in trouble. and that's why they had to throw that much money at him, because they weren't the only team that tried to sign this guy. So I'm interested in Bond there, definitely, because the other part of it is that you're looking for something you don't like. If it's that close, you want to try and hit for season long too, for the rest of the season. So like, give yourself a shot at upside with Bond on top of that. And then the question after that is Evan Engram, 60% route participation, but got 7 targets. Well, Christian Kirk, who is very reliable as a kind of part-time guy, but doesn't play a full snap share. I mean, if you just wanted to play the upside play, just go with Washington, Bond, and DeMercado, and just hope you hit not only guys for this week, but guys that can sustain for you the rest of the year, because Tyreek's not coming back. Who knows? Trey Benson's not going to be back for, they're saying, 4 to 6 weeks minimum. He can't play for at least 4 weeks. So I'd go with those guys. Just go for the upside.
There you go.
Ethan, 1 RB, 1 flex, PPR, Chase Brown, AJ Brown, Pittman, Marks. All right. And a real question. Interesting. I think I would not go. I think I would. Oh man, the flex is so tough between AJ Brown and Pittman. So running back, Chase Brown or Marks?
I'm going to go with Marks. I mean, Chase Brown running up against Detroit in a game where they're probably going to have to throw a bunch. He could very easily get game flowed out of there in a hurry. I mean, like you said, it's a 10.5 point favorite for Detroit.
Yeah. But there you go. And then
I like
Pittman or AJ Brown.
I mean, did you see that Pittman is only $5,100 on DraftKings again?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying yesterday on the show. I was like, I'm just going to start him every week until they change the price for this player. He's like wide receiver 11. Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to go with Pittman here just because he's been consistent. He's been fine in the end zone. And, AJ Brown has just been useless. And at a certain point, you just got to stop catching the falling knives, Happy Thursday. What's happening, man? Week 5, fam. Let's make some money. We got a lot of happy Thursdays, a lot of hi everybody's. Is Goddard not practicing? Let's check on that. He didn't yesterday. Do we have any information today?
What's the bread sandwich doing today?
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's crazy how people are like, oh, I'm not going to draft injury-prone guys. Dallas Goedert's gotten hurt every year for 7 straight years, and no one ever mentions that. So, yeah, he's got a knee issue.
It's the same with Hawkinson.
Same with Kittle.
When's the last time Hawkinson played a full season? Never.
So yeah, Goddard didn't practice yesterday. He's got a knee, so we'll monitor him today. My tight end, I'm going to post my tight end rankings today once we get that information this afternoon. So we'll get that going. We got the fish and the coop emojis here. I wish we've been hitting up Restream to get that fixed. I want to see those on the screen. Jerry loves the shirt, dude. No love for my tight end university shirt.
Everything gets trumped by the Yankees.
It really does, dude. I should have picked a different day to debut the tight end U shirt, dude. But I didn't want to wear it tomorrow with Kluge. I wanted to wear it when you were on. Coop, I would care. I do care very deep. I'm pretending not to care, Jerry. That's what you do when your team loses. Hey, fellas, how's it going? It's going great. Now that you're here, Frizzle, start 2. J-Mo, Keon, Slayton, or Malik Washington?
I'm going to throw J-Mo in there. Cincinnati's, kind of a soft pass defense. I'd like to see him get kind of, back on track there. The second one, I mean, I guess I kind of have to go Slayton here. Like we said, Slayton over Malik before, and I can't in good conscience lock up with Keon Coleman. He's probably going to see a lot of Christian Gonzalez in this matchup as well, right? As literally the only field stretcher on this offense.
You know what the Bills have been doing every time they face a good corner?
Throwing it underneath.
They throw 3 tight ends out there and 2 slot guys, and they just don't even put a split end on the field. And they say, okay, your top corner, put him on Jackson Hawes or what, you know what I mean? They just take that away from them. And it's
shout out to Jackson Hawes again. The last time we mentioned him, he scored a touchdown.
I just jinxed it.
You're wearing your tight end university shirt and you're calling out Jackson Hawes.
Calling to the tight end gods. That's bad news. Shouldn't have done it. Would y'all trade Pickens and Gibbs to get CD and Cook? Currently 2-2. I'm 2-2 in like every league. It's insane. Pickens and Gibbs to get CD and Cook. Nah.
I think I would.
Yeah.
I think I would. I mean, CD will be back in a week or two, right? Pickens going to be, sauced up in that matchup this weekend here.
James Cook is just a touchdown factory, man.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh yeah, Ani Coop. Her Rams are playing tonight, so gotta support them.
Of course,
Me and
of
Laney
course.
appreciate your support. Laney is not a Rams fan, Ani Coop.
Go lady, go
Outta here.
Rams.
She's allowed to wear one piece of. She has so many Patriots things. She can wear one piece of Rams clothing until she's old enough to know what it means, and then it goes away.
You know what I'm gonna do after this show? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put on the was it the Kurt Warner story, the Zachary Levy movie.
No, we're
Plays
not
Kurt
watching
Warner.
that.
That's what I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch that today.
No, we're watching that 80 for Brady, where the old ladies are love Tom Brady, whatever that movie is. That's what we're watching.
80 for Brady. My wife made me watch that.
I haven't seen it, but that's what we're watching.
It's everything you thought it would be.
Ted 2, yeah. Anything that Tom Brady's in. I think it's worth trading Chase Brown and Travion for Jamar Chase. If you got to have a bunch of running backs on your roster, Frizzle. If those two guys, here's the thing: if those two guys are on my bench, or they're in my flex, or one of them is in my flex and one of them is on my bench, I think I would just do it.
Yeah,
I think I would just do it because Chase Brown is getting hurt by this situation even worse than Jamar Chase is, because they're losing their offensive line's terrible, and they still have to throw, but you don't have to give the ball to Chase Brown. Start sit, half PPR, QB, Baker or Goff. I'm so pissed at Goff from last week.
Baker or Goff? I'm probably
I'm
probably going to go with Baker here against Seattle, right? You kind of have to. I mean, I like Goff, but he's on the road and he's in Cincinnati, and you're definitely going to be running the football a bunch, right?
Right. I got Baker 10, Goff 11. Okay. It's a very strange week this week for quarterbacks. People are like trying to bench Kyler Murray. I'm like, for who? Right now in this week. I'm like, literally for who? I'm
for
like,
who?
Right. There's nobody out there. There's nobody to like, there's no like sneaky option. All the mid-range options have bad matchups. You just start them. Shut up. 2 wide receivers, Addison, London, Egbuka.
No, Addison, right? London, Egbuka. I mean,
Addison,
all right. What's that?
Addison out of there.
Oh, isn't London on a bye week this week?
Oh, yeah. London. Yeah, okay.
2 socks.
Easy one for you, 2 socks.
Tested us, aren't you?
You tricked me. Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins and Henry for me there.
2 flex, Pittman, Sutton, McConkey, Shakir. Pittman and Sutton. They're in great.
Sutton right there. Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah. Need one for the flex. Franklin, Kirk, or Sharby Sharbs.
Ooh. I think you might want to take Troy Franklin for a little spin on this one here. I mean, Kirk so far right now, he needs to work his way back into things. But he's a slot receiver. He's a move the chains kind of guy. I think he can swing for the fences a little bit here in this matchup against the Eagles, right? I mean, it's Denver versus the Eagles, so I'd take that shot on Franklin.
Worth keeping in mind that Franklin was also a big-time home run hitter in college with Bo Nix, so he has that in his bag of tricks too. Every once in a while, he'll get back there. What's up, Albert? Need one, sit one. Need to sit one. Egbuka, McMillan, Sutton, BTJ, or Quentin Johnston. Pretty good squad.
I feel like we're getting tested here. If you're sitting, guys, do you just sit Brian Thomas Jr., figuring that Trent McDuffie's going to be on him on Monday Night Football?
I mean, you can't. Quentin Johnston leads in like every advanced metric. You can't sit Sutton. You can't sit Egbuka. Yeah, no.
McMillan's got a great matchup here against Miami.
I have BTJ flat out ranked. I mean, here's where I have these guys ranked. I have Egbuka 9, McMillan 12, Sutton 14, Johnson 15, and then I have BTJ ranked 25. Like you don't have to start BTJ. I have this week. I have AJ Brown, Ladd McConkey, and BTJ outside of my top 20. I'm just tired of chasing something that hasn't been there. And if they show me something, then they'll go back up. Dak, there's too many good options. There's just too many good players. Dak or Hurts this week. Hurts.
I'm always starting Hurts.
Yeah. CD's out. Pickens is going to get sauce. It's kind of weird week for Dak. What's your thought on the Cardinals RBs? That's Patrick Pucci. What's up, man? We got hit this question 1,000 times yesterday. And our thoughts are that in any sort of PPR, we're probably going to go Amari DiMercato. There's a world where Michael Carter is the early down back and becomes the better option. especially in standard half PPR, who'd you start, Carter or DeMarcado?
I would probably just start DeMarcado.
Right.
They just signed Michael Carter, and yes, he knows the scheme because he played with Arizona before. But DeMarcado right now, I mean,
He's been there.
you know where he's at, and in the 2-minute drill, he's the guy who's on the field right now. Maybe Michael Carter gets some of that early down work, and maybe he gets some goal line work, but you're not gonna. I think I would still lean DeMarcado here. I like for the long term because I mean, let's face it, Connor's done. Benson 4 to 6 weeks, surgery to
whole
repair the
season,
meniscus. What?
Yeah, that's like the whole fantasy season.
Yeah. So I mean, I look at Michael Carter with better long-term value. Like I think he has, some more upside to like really take over a lot of that role and push DeMarcado to a much more restricted pass catching role. But for the time being right now, I'd lean DeMarcado.
Yep, exactly, for the short term, because he's going to get the pass work no matter what, and he might get the early work. Carter might get the early work, but he's not going to get the pass work. So it's like you're getting at least half the job and the better shot at upside. Amari D or Keon in half PPR with 75 for 0.75 for first down.
Yeah.
I love that. I will say this. I love that scoring because like half PPR with points for first downs. When you watch a football game, the only two things that matter are first downs and touchdowns, right? Like it should probably be part of your scoring. So I like that, Ryan. That's good scoring.
One of the things that I want to talk to you about tonight, and we'll lead off the show with it. There's a lot of talk about how the top 30 wide receivers production overall is down. You still have the same number of pass attempts that you've seen in a pass happy NFL over the last like 5 years, but you're seeing receptions and receiving yards down for potentially a variety of reasons. But like that's going to be a really interesting question here. Does that change your approach of which wide receivers you look for in a format like this that Ryan's got? You want the chain movers, right? You want those low A dot guys who are going to get you the guaranteed first down. You want the Mohamed Sanus out there. And I think that's one of the things why we're seeing guys like AJ Brown, Brian Thomas Jr. Like all of a sudden now they're dwindling here, and for again a bunch of reasons. Defense is scheming against them, shorter fields because of the kickoff stuff that's going on right now. So I think I think we might actually, even if it stays the way it stays, like kickoff rules and stuff like that, you might see more leagues start scoring for first downs. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just the whole have AJ Brown run downfield and then turn back and run back like that's going out of style. So I go into Amari DeMarcado. FFPC need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Trey Tucker, Calvin Ridley, Sharps, Chig, Mason Taylor. And keep in mind, FFPC is tight end premium for Chig and Mason Taylor.
Which, is fine with me. Like I can throw Trey Tucker into my wide receiver spot. He's going to be in a game, where they're going to be throwing. And, we've talked about the fact that he's a field stretcher, right? So if you've got, Las Vegas, who's, sitting on the road in Indianapolis, they're going to have to be throwing there. So I would lock into him. I almost want to just use both tight ends here because it's tight end premium scoring. And both of these guys see a strong target share right now.
Ridley's not catching more than a couple passes a game anyway. So just
Ridley's not catching anything. He can't catch a cold.
Can't catch anything.
He's like Clifford Franklin out there.
Pick one. Big Gorilla is also FFPC, so also tight end premium. Hunter Henry, Chig, Mason Taylor, Juwan. I currently have Henry and Juwan back to back, but with Matt Milano playing, I might have to move Juwan ahead. The Giants have been very good against the tight end so far, though. Oddly good. Tyler Nubin and the gang over there have been kind of a tough matchup. What do you think, Bender? I'm not going to go Chig or Taylor there. It's Henry or Juwan.
Yeah. Let's see.
I just have to be Henry on the brute force volume type situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably, the direction to go. I might just go with Juwan Johnson only because I think that, while, yes, the Giants have been good at it, he's also been lining up as a receiver a ton as well. So,
yeah. All right.
And, you're bringing back, is Foster Moreau back now? Is he going to be your inline blocking tight end?
They were, again, guys that were designated to return to practice, but I don't know if they're going to play. But they both returned to practice. I think they practiced in full yesterday, so they might be ready to play. Let's go Juwan one more week, and then if we'll reassess based on what they do. They will reassess. Because Juwan's been good. They like him a lot. So what's up, dude? Yeah, use code ALARM, or actually right now, if you want to become a Fantasy Alarm member, there's a special code at this moment for Spooktober. You can use promo code SCARY20 and get 20% off the All Pro monthly, right? So you can check out a month, but that'll actually carry over for you for the rest of the season. So if you use promo code SCARY20, and that gets you in, it's not just football. So you get you a membership for the rest of the season at that discount, but you also get our fantasy hockey rankings, which I was just looking at because I have a draft tonight. Chris Murray does. The hockey season starts in 5 days. You get our fantasy basketball season. Oh, look at that. That's pretty nifty.
There you go, people.
Our fantasy basketball season comes up starting on the 21st, which is within the first month. And, we'll have the rankings there from Grande and everything from Impemba and them. You've got NASCAR playoffs is going on right now. Golf is always firing. MMA is always popping. Like, this is the best week for sports. There's some sort of baseball thing going on that I'm not talking about right now. Potential season end. Someone's season is going to end tonight. Howard's team, my team. But you got all that going on right now. This is the best month to get in and check it all out. So go check that out now over at Fantasy Alarm. Smitty wants to know this team's skill players, Bijan, blah, blah, blah. He needs a QB. I need a wide receiver. Who should I get for Jake Browning, or should I get the best value? What?
It's like his team skill players.
Oh, he's trying to trade Jake Browning away? Brother, trade Jake Browning for any one of those players besides Ollie Gordon and be happy with it. If you can get any one of those players besides Ollie Gordon, you do that immediately, brother.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I mean, I would obviously shoot for Rashee Rice.
Oh, yeah. Just
shoot for Rashee Rice because
go for Bijan and then work your way down, but any one of those players. I would take Cooper Kupp. I would take Kyle Pitts. You don't need Jake Browning, dude. My skill players, Henderson, Montiel. Yep, definitely do it. Rams D should eat. Stevenson or RJ Harvey in PPR? Interesting question. All of a sudden.
I'm going to go with Stevenson running up against the Bills. We know that the Bills' run defense is not strong. They gave him the workload again. They keep going back to him. Does Vrabel just try to slow this game down to just a grinding halt by running the football excessively against the Bills? We've seen him do it before.
I'm going Stevenson still. Even the Eagles have let up an odd number of passes to the running back, but that's such a hard thing to track and stick with. I think Stevenson's the play. He's a starting running back, and he still gets he fumbled twice, and they just gave him all the carries again. So
give it all right back to him. Those silly people.
Yeah, Nick Westbrook-Ikine, touchdown every week, 98-yard touchdown. Could be coming. Big Gorilla, start one. Kenneth Walker, Monty, Chase Brown. We're riding Kenny Walks, right?
Yes, I'm definitely riding Kenny Walker.
Yeah. Sit 2 of J-Mo, Godwin, Adams, Devonta Smith, Keon.
Keon's sitting.
I might sit J-Mo. Godwin looked rusty, but he got 10 targets.
Yeah.
Ooh, or said Devonta Smith, maybe.
Devonta Smith against Denver?
Yeah.
I'd sit Smith and Coleman.
Yeah, sit Smith and Coleman. Go J-Mo, Godwin, Adams. Definitely starting Adams.
Oh, wait. Go back to that 1 second there, please. Any running backs not starting before?
So you can say Chase Brown?
Yeah.
I would say Keon Coleman and Chase Brown.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Good call, Bender. Could this be a Diggs week?
Yes, sure could.
Dodgers versus Yankees is what America wants. Probably. There we go, Impemba. What is this Yankees propaganda? They want the Red Sox. That's what they want.
But he obviously did not watch yesterday's show. So you know what, Impemba?
Yeah, I wore my Red Sox jersey yesterday to be that guy. So we deserve this. It is fine. Everything's fine. Big Gorilla, start 2. BTJ, Diggs, Keon Coleman, Higgins if Collins misses. Nico Collins in danger of missing?
I'm going with Diggs and Higgins here. Diggins. I'm starting
Diggs,
Diggins.
do it. And then if Collins plays, then you just start Collins and Diggs. Ted McMillan, Cortland Sutton, Keenan Allen, Chase Brown. Pick 2 for receivers and 1 for flex.
Well, McMillan and Sutton, 100% yes. For me.
Yes.
Then it's Keenan Allen versus Chase Brown. And I think we've kind of established how we feel about Chase Brown.
Yeah, we got to go with Keenan, man. Chase Brown has been not good. Got a couple member.
Hey, Coop, before we chime in real quick there, we got some members who are going to be asking some questions. They're paying a little bit of money, but why don't we throw down a little bit here for some underdog, right?
Oh, yeah.
Give you guys, if you've paid for a membership, well, let's give you a little something back here so that you can recoup that money for the month. I mean, it's only $4.99 a month to do it, or $1.99 for a question or whatever it is. We got you covered there. So this QR code right up there, that's Underdog. You can also sign up at fantasyalarm.com/underdog. All right. You'll get use the promo code ALARM. You get a deposit match. Quite often they give you a free gimme pick. I know that I just made my picks today on Underdog, and there's a couple of boosts there. I used a 50% profit boost for my picks, and I just went very simple. I just went with 2 picks because it's like, if I'm going to get a 50% profit boost, let me put in a little bit of extra money and just get a little something out of it, and not have to like worry about a 3 or a 4 pick parlay kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw mine out here only because the line keeps moving. When I originally got this pick. Or I looked at this pick on Tuesday, I think it was DeMarcus Robinson, 24.5 receiving yards. And I took the more on that. I looked this morning and it's already up to 27.5 receiving yards. So I would play it up to, over, more than 28.5. That's definitely a possibility there. I mean, he's the only receiving game in town, unless you guys are really into Marquez Valdes-Scantling, which I don't think anybody really is into him.
Not doing that. So, yeah, I'm fully with you on that. I have that one in as well. I have one in with Demarcus Robinson and Kendrick Bourne hitting their overs. And the third one, because you got to have a player coming back, is, in my opinion, the best anytime touchdown bet outside of maybe Jonathan Taylor in any given week, and that's Davante Adams. Sean McVay sat the entire team down and made them all watch highlights of Davante Adams catching back shoulder fades and juking guys out in the end zone and winning one-on-one battles. And he basically said to everybody, this is why Cooper Kupp is gone, and this is why this guy is here, because he offers another element to our team that we didn't have before. And what have they done so far? They've gone out and thrown this guy the second most end zone targets of any player. Only, I think George Pickens has 9. He has 8 end zone targets through 4 games, 2 a game for this guy, and he's pulling them down. So I don't see why he wouldn't go out and score another touchdown today. You can hit his over 0.5 rushing receiving yards for slight plus money, oddly 1.03. So I'm definitely in on the Davante Adams touchdown. It's been clockwork, man. Like,
yeah, I took the chicken route, and I went with Kyron Williams. With the over 0.5 rushing and receiving yards, just for the extra pick, because I was using the 50% profit boost, right? I want as little worry as possible if I'm just throwing in a pair of picks. So I went with Kyron Williams because Davante Adams is plus 110 for an anytime touchdown. Kyron Williams is minus 190. But yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to swing for a little extra boost there. Listen, I'm not going to argue against Davante Adams. I've been riding Davante Adams in a bunch of leagues every single week. It's been a pleasure, and a surprising pleasure, because Puka's getting all that work, and yet Davante is still productive. That's the best part.
Yeah. So lock that in. That's what we're going with today. Make sure you're set up over at Underdog. Use promo code ALARM, and they'll give you a little deposit match. So back to the questions here. We do have a couple members that did ask some questions, so they get theirs answered first, and then we'll jump into the rest of them. Helium, what's up, dude? Saints or Seahawks DST this week?
Ooh, I kind of like the Saints D, against Jackson Dart. I think that, you don't have Malik Neighbors there. It's a very young and inexperienced team. They're on the road, right? So, like, why wouldn't you kind of lock in that Saints D? I've got them, in a couple of spots in season long this week also. So, I mean, I like the Seahawks. It's a great run defense. Baker's going to be throwing a ton, so good chance for a turnover, but Saints for me here.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. Here with these ones, I always ask myself, do I need to drop a defense? And if you do, I mean, the Giants this week and then the Patriots next week. So there's definitely some opportunity for turnovers there. Then the Bears. So a lot of potential for sacks in those. Seahawks get Tampa Bay, then Jacksonville, then Houston. So yeah, I mean, you guess you can't really go wrong with either schedule. Yeah, go for the Saints. I mean, just play for this week then in that case.
Or see if the Giants D is available.
Yeah, they got upside there this week. So get in there. Wait, we've got one more question from Helium. Helium. There we go. PPR, 1, Sharbs, Carter, or Hunt?
I think I would go Carter here. Take him for a spin.
Yeah, give it a shot because he could take over the job. You know what I mean? He could have a big role, whereas the other guys, we know what their gig is already.
Yeah, right. Hunt's already losing work to Brashard Smith, and Walker is the lead in Seattle.
Yep. There you go. If you want to cut the line, hit that join button, become a member now. Your questions will show up your name will show up with a nice little Fantasy Alarm logo on it. Oh, we do have one more member question. Mojo just popped in.
Just joined the other day. What's up, Mojo?
Shout out Mojo. Yeah, you get you get basically to cut the line, which becomes very helpful on Sunday when we are bombarded with questions. Ollie Gordon for Brashard Smith. Time to drop Gordon.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Brashard Smith is the up and up. He could be the next Woody Marks. They not only gave him more touches last week, but then there were comments again this week saying, hey, yeah, we're actually trying to get this guy the ball more. We want to get him in situations that he's comfortable and get him the ball. So love to hear that. Jorginho got offered Ladd for my ETN. Other RBs are Hall, Achane, Javonte Marks.
I think you're selling low on ETN here. I think you're paying market, better than market price for Ladd McConkey. I mean, again, I believe that Ladd will, and we kind of talked about this yesterday, right? That, the underneath work that'll probably work against Washington, but it's still like Quentin Johnston has definitely taken over as a major factor where McConkey and Allen are sort of splitting that work.
Yeah. If I'm going to do that, I think you should be looking for guys in a similar range, right? So you have yourself an RB2 and there's a lot of wide receiver twos that are pretty locked in as like the top option on their team. And that's not going to change. So I would take ETN and I would try and get Cortland Sutton. I would try and get Michael Pittman. I would try and get Marvin Harrison Jr. maybe, right? Like guys where they're performing enough and it's not going to change. With Ladd, he could go out and have a big week this week, and then the next week it's a QJ week, and then the next week it's a Keenan Allen week. I'm just not really trying to buy in on that situation. If and when Keenan Allen gets hurt, then it'll be a little easier to use those guys. Dart or Stafford.
I'll rapid fire now, man. It's like it's 10 of. So.
All right, here we go. Dart or Stafford?
Oh, Stafford.
Angie, what's up? Kendre Miller, Carter, Isaiah Davis.
Carter.
Yeah, it's Carter. Kyron or trade away Kyron for Pickens and Godwin.
I mean, if you got running back depth and you're desperate for some wide receivers so you can make a ton of decisions each week, sure.
It's a fair trade, but make sure you have plenty of running backs. Big Gorilla, Monty, Jacob Dobbins, Butte, Mason Taylor. I mean, definitely not Butte.
Monte and Dobbins for me.
Yeah. Big Gorilla, Chubb, Harvey, Carter.
Ooh.
I'm going Harvey.
Yeah, I'll go Harvey here. A little pass catching action.
Full PPR. Big Gorilla, Chuba doesn't go. Malik Washington, Judy, Hunt, Schultz. Tight end premium as well.
Oh, if you have Dowdle, if Chuba doesn't go, I would use Dowdle.
Yeah.
Miami's run defense is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Saints or you already did that one.
We did that.
Think of sitting BTJ against McDuffie. No, don't do that. Not for Butte. Maybe for Hollywood if you want. Stafford or Knicks?
Knicks.
Yeah, I'd Knicks ahead as well. Goff or Daniels? I'm going.
I got to go Jaden Daniels here. It's a tougher matchup, but I think that the Lions just run a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Tight end premium: Ingram, Taylor, or Tonjes. Not Tonjes.
Oof, 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 oof. I would probably go Taylor here. Philly against the tight end has been pretty good, has it not?
It's close. I still have Ingram ahead. I still have Ingram ahead. Philly against the tight end has been good as an understatement. They've been the best against the tight ends. I know Zach Bond, and and you're gonna have to get a third opinion. Two guys are very. You picked the two players that we're a little biased towards. Taylor,
right? Evan Ingram.
You can find somebody that's. Ask Pemba. Ask Malin in the Discord. Taking a rest of year question, which we usually do not like, but it's Woody Marks or Scatabo. It's got to be Scatabo, right?
It's got to be Scatabo. He's got the role. He's got the job by himself.
He already has a job. We're hoping that Woody Marks becomes a starting running back for a bad team. Scatabo already is the starting running back for a bad team. Should I trade T plus Downs for Ladd plus Keon?
It's close.
Yeah, I think I would. Downs is like such a part-time player. His upside is so limited to me.
Yeah, Coleman's got some good upside, and I mean T dealing with Browning all season. Does Ladd McConkey come around? I'd take the shot on McConkey and Coleman here.
Yeah, Downs is 2 injuries away from being a full-time player. Should I trade Nico for JSN or who else? Yeah, JSN is a top 3 wide receiver for me as of now.
But these kind of deals don't really do anything. It doesn't really move the needle for you because when push comes to shove at the end of the season, how much further ahead is JSN going to be against Nico? Is he going to be ahead against Nico?
I don't know why they would do that unless it's like a bye week, unless it's like a bye week situation. I don't know why they would do that. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
it's not.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. I want to punish him with that Kurt Warner movie. Big Gorilla, need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex.
Need 1 wide receiver and 2 flex. JCM, DeMercado, Alec, Bateman, and Tolbert. I'm going DeMercado, Alec, and Tolbert.
Yep, that's why I have it too. Warren, Bucky, Bijan, Kraft, Lamb, all out. Oh, good Lord, Greg. Start Mason Taylor or Tommy Trembles. Trembling Tommy. It's Mason Taylor for me.
I'm going Mason Taylor here.
But it's a close enough question. I'm slim at tight end. Hawkins my tight end. Do I just keep them both too instead of dropping the one I don't start? I would hold them for now.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to.
The thing is, Tremble's closer to being a drop though because we expect Jatavian Sanders back at some point. Taylor's going to hold that job for foreseeable future. Egbuka for BTJ and Alec Iamenar. Just lost Tyreek. My receivers are Chase, Egbuka, DJ Moore, and Travis Hunter. No, because then you're going to have BTJ and Travis Hunter.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to
want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. I can't decide if I should trade Zay for Tet. Yeah, I would do that. Zay Flowers is like the biggest boom bust disappearing act in fantasy, and I'm telling you, he will continue to be. I think Tetero and McMillan is kind of locked in.
25% target share, just locked in. Yeah.
Yeah. Zay is he just Houdini's at the worst possible time. And in fantasy playoffs, you need guys you can count for 3 straight weeks. Zay Flowers is like he'll come out and get 10 targets and he'll come out and get 2. Also, his quarterback cert. Big Gorilla, start 2. Devonta Smith, Diggs, BTJ, Cup.
Well, Diggs for sure.
Yeah. And Devonta Smith.
Yeah, probably.
Because he and Cup are getting similar targets, but Cup is he's not doing much with them.
No.
We did that one. DeMercado, Slayton, Addison, J-Mo. Addison or J-Mo probably, right?
Probably, yeah. I'd lean J-Mo.
Me too. Sharps, Carter, Hunt.
Carter.
Yeah. Yep. Standard, start 1. Slayton, Addison, Hunter, Henry, Hawk, Kirk.
Addison.
Yep. Addison, that's a good format. Standard's a good format for Addison. Big Gorilla, start 2, flex. Diggs, Smith, Keenan, Butte.
Diggs.
Keenan, right?
Yeah.
Thoughts on this trade? Send Kyron to receive Pickens and Godwin.
No, we talked about this already.
Talked about that, yeah. Would you drop Tootin for Ollie? I would just hold Tootin.
Yeah, hold Tootin.
The numbers for Tootin behind the scenes are good. It's just ETN's been good too. Chuba and Bucky need one of these RBs to start. Dobbins. Oh, you're already going to have Dobbins in there. Okay, so good context because starting Dobbins and Harvey is probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Probably just start Sean Tucker.
And just kind of fish for the short yardage, the goal line work.
I mean, what's JCM?
I'm not starting GCM here.
Yeah,
in some cases, does it pay to actually? I mean, against Philly, whose run defense isn't what it used to be, does it pay to use both running backs?
Maybe. I think the Eagles are allowing like 7.25 receptions per game to running backs. The running back, like as a whole, as a position, not just the top guy, but which is the worst in the league. Franklin, Coleman, Carter, Bill, Malik Washington, Hollywood Brown.
Pick two, huh?
like
Carter
Franklin.
and Brown for me.
Carter and Brown. Okay. I like Franklin and Brown, but Carter has the upside, the unknown upside. Thinking of selling Twitch Gang, thinking of selling high on Egbuka, thinking of getting Jamar Chase for him. So you're gonna sell high on Egbuka and buy crazy low on Chase?
Listen, if you could swap out Egbuka for Chase, I would do it. I mean, he's such an alpha receiver, and you are going to get Godwin and Evans back on the field together at some point here in the next couple of weeks,
especially if you're 4-1.
Yeah.
Super rapid fire on the way out here. Cards or Rams? We like cards. Fields or Drake May?
Against Dallas. All right, I'll go with Drake May. I'm starting May.
I have them like back to back.
They're right next to each other.
Marcus Robinson at 29.5. Yeah, get that bet in now because I think it's already up to like 32. Drop Ollie Gordon for Brashad Smith.
Yeah, we did that. Yep.
Need some help. Franklin, Kirk, Tolbert, Cup, Juju, Bateman, Hill. I'm just gonna put them on the screen and we'll just hit and just say them.
All right. DeMarcus Robinson for me, Tolbert, and then I'll go with Franklin for the upside.
I like Cup there.
You like Cup there, huh? Mr. No Upside, huh?
Mr. None. I'm a donkey blowing up this week. Calcaterra wine mixer, dude. Okay, now you're talking the language, Kyle. Now you're talking my language. Let's just say I photoshopped a nice picture for last time Calcaterra started and he did nothing. So it's in the draft. So Calcaterra scores. Maybe we'll mix him in DFS. I'll take a peek. Got rid of Ladd and Golden for AJ Brown. Did I get fleeced? No, I don't think so. Not yet. But
Golden Fleece. I see what you did there. Very biblical of you.
Golden Fleece, dude. Should I trade Tebow now? Okay, you only have to ask questions once. Got AJ Brown and BTJ. Am I cooked or trade one? I think you just ride it out, man.
Yeah, I'd ride it out.
You're not gonna get anything back, dude. DeMarcado or Judkins? Standard.
Oh yeah. I mean, then I might go Judkins here.
I'm going Judkins there for sure. I like Theo Johnson in DFS this week. Good athletic player. Good matchup. Everything could be good. All right, we got 3 questions left. Let's get them knocked out. Pickens for Justin Fields in a trade. QB's Caleb. I mean, Caleb's been fine.
Caleb's on the bye week this week, so I mean, you're just doing it for the 1 week here, huh?
No, don't do that. Not for 1 week. Add someone off waivers. I don't care who it is. Start Spencer Rattler if you have to. Start 2 tight ends. Njoku, Fannin, Ertz, Juwan, Theo, Engram, Taylor. For me, it's going to be Juwan, and it should be Mason Taylor. Is how we're looking at that.
All right, Juwan and Taylor.
CMC, ETN, Javonte. That's the team. I'll need 2. Well, CMC is going to be 1.
Right.
And Amari Hampton. Yeah, that team's easy.
That's a wagon.
Yeah, great team. Trade somebody. Trade Javonte away. All right, there we go. Hey, thank you guys for joining us today. We will be live tonight breaking down tonight's game in full, comprehensively on channel 87 on Sirius XM. We dedicate a whole hour to it. We're going to give you all the props. We're going to give you, our top level breakdown. We're going to give you the DFS captains and all that. So we're going to hit on all that tonight. I'll be back tomorrow on the. Also, if people didn't get their questions in or you're watching this late, tonight we're going to have a show on the YouTube channel. It's Iggy and it's John and Pemba, and that's going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. So you're going to get your questions in there if you have more, with injuries and everything coming out. Tomorrow I'll be on at 1 o'clock. I'm making FFPC lineup with my buddy Dave Kluge, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel. And you have those notifications on. Book out 1 p.m. every day. We're here talking ball, whatever you guys want to talk about. Mojo, you guys always in the chat hanging out, and Dunn and everybody. So we love seeing you guys. Uncle Ted, thank you for popping in. But until tomorrow at 1 p.m., we are out of here.
Adios, turd nuggets.